Hello everyone, today I give you my review of set 75246, more commonly known as the Death Star Cannon. Now this set contains 159 pieces, and it contains two minifigs, Obi-Wan Kenobi and an engineer from the Imperial ranks. The box itself isn't too special, however it does give you great insight into the Death Star, where you can see the cannon is located, and it also gives you a bit of a shot from the shield generator which Obi-Wan Kenobi is currently turning off. The back of the box, meanwhile, presents a bit of a fight scene between Obi-Wan Kenobi and the engineer, along with a nice shot of the retracting and tracting shield generator, as well as the swivel motion and flick fire missiles located within the cannon. Although relatively small for a $20 set, you do get a great value, especially in the minifig category, considering you do have a cheap way to get yourself an original trilogy Obi-Wan Kenobi, which to many may be a great surprise, and then also an Imperial Engineer not inside of a battle pack is a great bonus, especially when it fits in quite well in a set like this. You could say that a Stormtrooper might be a bit better, but I feel like an Engineer is perfectly fine, especially since you have someone who can physically pilot the cannon. The Imperial Engineer that comes in the set is quite nice. You can see that he has some nice leg and torso printing, giving him that bit of a fabric feel to his uniform, as well as having a nice white insignia for the Imperial logo. So it has come in silver many times before, because I know that in the battle pack with Royal Guards and Engineers, they did have silver instead of white, so that is a distinction whether you can tell between this set and those Engineers. I don't know prior examples. I'm not too knowledgeable with the Imperial Engineer, but you can see that. He also does have a slight bit of back printing. Nothing too special, but you can kind of see the indents on the back of his torso, so you can kind of get a fuller effect that this is a 3D figure rather than just a bit of a slap-on, so you do get that bit of 3D clothing on him. Now underneath the head you get a simple expression with a bit of shock, maybe a bit of hesitation to see Obi-Wan, but you do get that microphone or earpiece that is allocated to most Engineers as they need to communicate amongst themselves to kind of direct the flow of engineering, to say the least. Now, he also does come with one of these small blaster pistols, which is pretty nice, but generally quite a standard minifigure. To the more highlight minifigure, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He does not have any leg printing, but he has a fairly nice torso print with a bit of orange to kind of signify his undershirt, which is beneath the cloth that he's wearing as his clothes. He does have a nice belt, and you can see that he does have an aged face with his lightsaber there in blue. Once you take off his cloak, you can see that he does have a distinct beard face, generally standard expression among Obi-Wan. If I do flip him around, you can see nothing too fancy on the back torso print, but it is there. You can see the continuation of the belt and a bit of a hood impression over here on the back, or maybe it's just a slit for the throat like you might see in most shirts. Either way, you do get that detail on this. Now, the build itself, if you spin it around, does have a bit of detail. It's nothing too crazy, but for the pieces you get, I would say it's pretty substantial. It will definitely add some space in your collection if you decide to display it, although it's preferably not recommended to be a display set, more towards a play set, because you do get the lots of emptiness. However, if you are building some kind of mock with a cannon, maybe this will be the set for you. Now, you do get the outline for the little framing, so that you do have a bit of area to spin around the cannon and kind of shoot out of the Death Star, so that you can pretend, if you do like to pretend with your Legos, to kind of fire out pew pew outside of the little turret. You do have that option. If I spin it around to the side, you do get two clips to hold the flick fire missiles. You do get 3 of them in the set. However, 2 of them are on display here just so that they can be nice and confined to the set, which is very nice. So you can have 1 loaded and then 2 on the side, so you don't get them lost or anything like that, because I do know I have a specific bin for all the flick fire missiles and stud shooters that I do have from all my sets, but I know that they can be sometimes a hassle, especially when you're shooting them out. Now, if I turn it a little bit to the side, you can get that bit of energy eye that is located on a bunch of Imperial cannons. But you can also see the Imperial engineer sitting happily, ready to fire at some rebel ships that may be encroaching upon the area. You can also spin this around relatively easily. However, if you do get to this segment, you may not be able to turn around, but you basically have full motion. So now if I move over to the generator, very simple, you get this piece which can be locked up by just pressing down this lever, or let down by removing it, then pressing down on the lever. Very simple. You can use this as a play feature by using this little hinge over here to kind of reenact the scene where Obi-Wan pushes the lever down. So he can be standing here, push the lever down. You've got the shield generator up. You flick it up. He pushes it down. Boom, boom. Shield generator's down. The rebels can escape, so Luke and Han Solo and Chewbacca can go rescue Princess Leia and escape. But there you have it. That's about does it for this set. Very small, very simple review. Might have been a little bit longer than my general reviews, but I tried to cover as much as possible in as short of a possible time. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.